This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, well, we are here once again. We're going to go back to Gencon 2019. I forgot what day it was, but I saw this game and walked by and saw this hidden treasure of a game called Judgment. Very interesting, beautiful miniatures, interesting gameplay. We're going to be listening to some of the explanation as one of the exhibitors is explaining it to a customer. So we stepped right in and we taped it, and I wanted to show this very unique game to you and see what you thought. And the best way to do it is, hey, let's go back to Gencon 2019. So today we're going to be looking at Judgment, a really interesting game. I think you guys will really like it. We're going to step in and listen to an explanation that one of the exhibitors are giving about this game. So without further ado, Judgment.
Is you're trying to kill your opponent's effigy. The effigies have 16 hit points. So let's say that Rakir was up here and Astariel came up and killed Rakir. She would get a soul token and he would die. And when she gets the soul token, she's going to level up as well and gain her level 2 abilities. Now the soul tokens, for every soul token you have, they're going to reduce the hit points of your opponent's effigy by 4 points. So if you get 4 soul tokens, you win the game. The other thing you can do though is, let's say that I have 2 soul tokens, I could then do attacks on the effigy, and if I did 8 points of damage, then that would kill it with having the 2 soul tokens. One thing with that though is that the effigies heal back to full at the end of every round. And so if I have the 2 soul tokens and I deal 7 damage, it's going to heal back up to 8, and I'd have to deal that 8 again next round. Okay? So when you're doing an attack, let's say that Astariel comes over here and is attacking Sir Marcus. So we have Astariel here, and Andrew was doing this.
Sir Marcus.
There we go. There's Sir Marcus.
Andy's got Rakir over there too.
Awesome. Okay.
It seems like they
we probably got switched. Andrew was doing this table earlier. Okay, so Astariel has a magic ability of 7. Compare that to Sir Marcus's agility of 4. So that means you're going to be rolling 3 dice. Okay, so that's going to be 1 hit, and then you compare that to this hit here. Let's say no matter how many dice you roll, let's say that you're got him knocked down and you're rolling a lot of dice, you're still only going to be selecting 3 dice for your damage. So, as an example, let's say that I'm rolling these, I would end up picking those 3 dice, and then these would get thrown away. And each of the heroes on their weapon, they have basically damage grids. And so on her burning arrow, the first attack does 2, the next hit does 3, and the 4th hit does 4.
Right, if you got 1 hit, you do the first, 2 hits is the second.
Yep. And then you compare that to the resistance of the hero you're attacking. Okay. So he has, let's say that we had this roll. Right. She would do 4 points. He has resistance of 2.
So you take 2.
So that'd do 2 points. She has a special rule that ignores one resistance. So he would mark down that he took 3 damage. If you look at his card, he has 16 hit points.
Right.
And then when you level up, you gain some additional hit points as well. If I managed to kill Sir Marcus, I would get the soul. He would come off the table, and then next round, he would spawn by the effigy, and he would have 5 fewer hit points at respawning, and he would only have, on the turn he comes back, he would have 1 action instead of 2.
Okay. Is there a set number of times they can respawn? Or?
Nope.
Okay. Do they getting less hit points each time.
Yeah, you can. It's not like their maximum hit points is going down. It's just their current. So there are things you can do to heal.
Okay.
So he could be down his 5 hit points and then like spend an action to heal up.
Oh, okay.
And be back at his higher hit point value.
Very cool.
So you guys have any questions on
I mean,
anything?
my main thing is,
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You know, even though it was a bit noisy, a quick look at this. I mean, just absolutely beautiful miniatures, but very easy system. I think we picked up on as much as we could. And like I said, check it out. You can get it online, and we'll have it in the links where you can get this game.